Hello, my quilting friends. This is Rosie the Quilter, and I'm coming to you from my quilting studio here in Maryland. And today, what I'm going to offer is a follow up on my earlier video on quilting with scraps and leftovers. So, we have one of those little leftovers from a quilt panel, and I've bordered it with Kona Black. And as you can see from the color of this little piece of fabric, um, the colors are variegated. So I've decided to use a variegated thread to quilt it. I'm going to be using my Sweet 16 and manual control at 45% speed. So we're going to lower the needle and bring up the bobbin. Take some locking stitches. And get started. I'm going to be using a modified cursive S. It's modified because normally I would do a cursive S with more of a peak at the top rather than this rounded look. But in terms of quilting, the rounded look looks much better. And so I've opted to use that feature in my quilting. Okay, first row finished. And as you noticed, I was quilting with about as you can see here, with about at least a half an inch between the edge of the fabric and the start of the bottom part of my stitches. And that's so that it would be fully clear of the binding when I put that on. Likewise, that straight line that I stitched would not be visible. It would be covered by the binding, but it also helps me not having to break the thread when I came to the end of that row. Now, whenever you're stitching, always, in order to maintain control, if you have to, start and rearrange your hands so that you can have that control. Okay. Now we come to the next row here. And if you have a little space, a little curlicue, something a little decorative, that's okay. I like to do that. Shows that there's a human being actually stitching this rather than a computer. Shows a little character. See, at this point, I want to bring this other hand closer to the end so that we're closer together. And I just like to pull that up now. Cut this thread, cut the other threads and the back. Get rid of that. And there we are. We're done. So let's just take a quick look at this. And as you see here, how it looks from this end here with that nice modified rounded S. But look what it looks like upside down. Doesn't that look cool? This is one of the reasons why I like using the stitch, because when you are doing it in a border like this, when you look at the way the stitch looks on the opposite end, it looks totally different. And it actually looks like you actually did it. It's like a weird kind of, I don't know, R, but not quite. I just love the way visually it looks so different. And that, of course, is one of the things that makes quilting so interesting, because you can add so much with simple stitches. So I would say learn your cursive alphabet, and you'll find that there are a lot more other letters that you could use in, especially when you're dealing with quilting in borders. So this is Rosie the Quilter. I'm stopping for now, but we'll do a couple more so that you see some other choices in quilting. Bye for now.